Now we are going to taste the very fresh wine. In Georgia, on a press trip, and I'm learning a lot about the wine, so I will make a small introduction to Georgian wine. Hey David, you are our tour guide here in Georgia, and I would like to know about what is the Georgian way of doing wine?
Okay, so hi there, hello everyone. Georgian way of doing wine involves lots of not so much known things to the outside world. So it involves the clay vessel that is buried in the ground and is called the kvevri. The kvevri we use for fermenting and for aging the wine for both purposes. We also practice the long skin contact with white grapes, so in the end the color of the wine goes to be orange, in some cases more dark orange. Some people would go by the name of amber. And another thing what is unique about the Georgian wines is that this huge diversity of the grape varieties that we have in the country and that are endemic to Georgia. So they are up to 525 grapes in the country that are or were used for winemaking at some point. Nowadays we don't use all of them, of course, but we use some certain amount out of this 525. But still, imagine a country of a size of 69,000 square kilometers having such a huge diversity.
Yeah,
it clearly tells the story that people who are living on this part of land, would it be Georgian, non-Georgian, they were really into the winemaking and they were dedicated to the field. So that would go back than any sort of religion that I can institutionalize a religion that I can remember now. So I would say that wine in a way is our religion, is our part of our identity, and quite a crucial one.
Yeah, you're saying it's part of your identity. For how many years did you do wine here?
Okay, so we have been doing wine for 8,000 years, and what's the crucial part about it is that these 8,000 years we have been doing it non-stop. So that means there was no abruption in winemaking, and that gives us the chance, the right to call ourselves a land of 8,000 vintages, and that's what I believe Georgia is. The Velistsikhe Veranda, which belongs to the KTW, Kakheti traditional winemaking, and we have the traditional marani, or the wine cellar, with the kvevris of different scale and different purpose as well. Some of them are used for fermenting wine, some of them are used for aging and storing wine, and they differ from one another in the size. For instance, you can read the numbers of 2050, so that's most probably the volume or the size of the kvevri that we have here. And a room like this, which is in my estimation up to maybe 40 square meters, can accommodate up to 36 tons of wine. And you can still have some of your space free for the decoration or whatever purpose you want to use it.
Visiting my first wine bar in Georgia, and what is the name of this place?
Vino underground.
Yeah, and what are you doing here? What are you having?
I'm just working with the wine. We had wine tastings and new wine.
But what kind of wine is it?
In our wine bar we have organic wines, just organic, natural wines.
Are they all from Georgia?
Yeah, from different regions, the Georgian wines.
Very curious, what do you think I should taste? What is the most important glass of wine to taste when you visit this wine bar?
I think it's by my taste and by my mind. Amber wine, because it's very different and difficult.
Yeah, I like that too. I'll go for a glass of orange wine. Thank you so much.
Amber wine.
Amber wine, okay. No, I got it. Thank you.
Because it's different.
Yeah, thank you. The new wine fair is in a park, and here's a big range of types of wine. Kvevri and what do you have here?
Chinuri. It is a Kartli region, village Tbilisi, and it is this sort is a Chinuri, and 6 months in Kvevri,
Yes.
full skiing contact. That's all. Now taste it and tell me your opinion.
It's very, it has a very special acidity. It's a young wine, huh?
Yes, it's a young wine. It's very young.
And
We are planning to bottle it in the middle of October.
Yeah.
I think the quality is very different. A few years ago, there were some producers very successful in making amber wines. And what you see now is that the producers who actually were making wines in the European style, the European way, they also move now to amber wines and they move to kvevri wines. But that doesn't mean that all those new producers have the same quality as the pioneers. So
This is in the yard of Fabrica where you have all the different restaurants. Now we are going for the natural wine fair. No compromise. I'll grab a program and a glass.
Hi, I'm Kakheti winemaker from Georgia, from Samagrelo region.
I would like to taste one of your favorite wines.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah, please.
This is Ojaleshi, the variety which comes from Samagrelo region.
Very good, Miss Wine.
So, what is special about this one?
You know, I make this wine in Kakheti region without skin in Kvevri.
Oh, it's time to spit. You cannot drink all this wine, even that there are so many good wines. I'm invited for lunch in Velistsikhe. It's an organic restaurant with organic wines. Hi.
Hi.
I'm
Hello.
Katrina.
My name is Gia. Nice to meet you.
I'm curious about your philosophy here about the wines.
Yeah, we are natural winemakers. We make the Georgian traditional wine. Georgian wine. We want to continue all traditional line.
Yeah.
We don't use oak. We use only clay vessels, traditional Georgian method clay vessels that you put in the ground, and they are lined by beeswax inside. It's a unique method in the world. And our wine house, we want to use only endemic Georgian grapes. So we have more than 500 type of endemic grapes in Georgia. And traditionally we have only dry wine, it is skin contact wine, and living wine.
That sounds very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pleasure. Always
Presenting the fresh peach salad with
with the red plum sauce, Georgian red plum sauce. We put in this marinated at the time, and fresh vegetable salad. There we use our sunflower seed oil and local tomatoes.
Yeah.
Everything is local. We try to have natural.
And what is this one? Can you tell
This is
me?
curd. We call naduri with fresh mint and chili pepper.
Thank you.
Here.
Next one and the next wine, it's Mtswane. This is the variety and it comes from this region of Kakheti. So Mtswane is endemic for Kakheti.
Hi, I'm visiting the biggest winery in Georgia. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. My name is Archeological and this is KTW, the biggest winemaking company of Georgia.
Can you tell me what kind of white wine I'm gonna taste?
Sure, this is Kakheti, one of the most popular Georgian grape varieties from East, Kakheti. And the method of it is very different from European method. We call it Georgian traditional method of winemaking. We make it in kvevri, which is a clay jar buried underground for 9 months. We put grapes inside and the whole fermentation process is gone down there. And after 7, 8, 9 months, we take out the residue, we leave the juice, and this is what comes out.
In the flea market, you can find the horns that are used for drinking wine.
All right, so clothing we are wearing is traditional. So the tradition means to continue the goodness, because the beauty and the love doesn't have an age. Because no matter how way it was, the beautiful things happening everywhere. So it's happening now. And the wine is just like a mean to help us to express our feelings, right?
So that is why you have these ones, huh?
Actually, this guy has a special kind of skill. It's a drinking vessel, the silver drinking vessel from Tbilisi. So we are here, so we are drinking wine from it. So.
Great, beautiful.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for watching one of my videos from Georgia. Below here in the text, you can see the links for the places where I've been, and you can find my other videos about Georgia.